Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. Boy, we're excited to have you, and we just have an awesome show for you. At least I hope you think we have an awesome show for you today. And so, oh, by the way, have you looked at the numbers lately? Can you believe that? We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. My goodness, I can't even believe that. And so when we started this channel, not even a year ago, actually, next month will be our 1 year anniversary. But when we started this channel a year ago, it was just fun. But I look back at some of those videos and I was thinking, man, what a cornball I was. I don't even know what I was thinking. I didn't even know how to say it or anything. And I just thought, you know what? Looking back at it now, man, it's been all kinds of fun. Part of the fun is collecting some of the cool tools along the way, and part of the fun is seeing some of the beautiful things that you folks have done for the channel, such as sending over some goodies and commenting and liking and the whole nine yards. Well, I hope today is going to be one of those videos that is going to really show you some neat tools, and we're going to do something special at the end because we're nearing 2,000 subscribers. So let me turn the camera around and let me show you what we did. Oh, and by the way, since we're almost at 2,000 subscribers, I thought I'd treat myself to something nice. Can you believe that? Get this. For 2,000 subscribers, I bought me a Rolls-Royce. Yeah, can you believe it? I bought me a Rolls-Royce. I got to show you. I got to show it to you. In fact, I'll show that to you next. Are you ready? All right, let's get the camera turned around and let's go check it out. And let's see what else we got, by the way. Here we go. All right, we are back. We got the camera turned around, and I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, well, Jesse, I thought you said you were going to show us a Rolls-Royce. Oh, I am. Can you believe that? Now, wait a minute. You didn't think I actually bought a real car Rolls-Royce, did you? Well, check this out. This is what I mean by Rolls-Royce. I found me a wrench. I stopped by a pawn shop just out of just down the road on the west side of Wichita, and I thought, you know what? Let me go in there and check it out. And lo and behold, they had a wrench, and it was called Rolls-Royce. It has Rolls-Royce on it, and so it looks like a hydraulic wrench. And but you know, we do a lot of aircraft around here, so I can imagine with these big old motors that they do. This is really what it's for. In fact, I went and looked it up, and that was one of the references that they used it for is on these big old jet engines. And so you can tell that somebody's been beating on it, so they put it on there and try to break the hydraulic line loose. They kind of beat on this end. I kind of left it. I kind of thought, well, I'll grind it off and make it real smooth, but I just cleaned it up and kind of went from there. But check that out. Rolls-Royce, my very first Rolls-Royce wrench. Do you guys have a Rolls-Royce wrench, by the way? If you do, man, put that in the comments. I'd love to hear about that because I've never seen one. And when I seen it, I thought, well, I have to have it. And get this, my goodness, those guys, man, I was telling them a little bit about the channel and such like that. And you know what? They treated me nice. They let me have it for $10. Can you believe that? A $10 Rolls-Royce, and I'm just in the money. I got to tell you. And I thought, you know what? For almost hitting 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to bring that bad boy out. So I've been sitting on it for just a little bit. But my goodness, what do you think about that? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's see what else we got. We got a bunch of goodies here. And let me just kind of start digging them out, show you what else we got. Actually, I was over at Pickin', and I seen this bad boy. And so the gentleman that picks right along with me at different places, he found this and he held it back for me. So he sold it to me, and I've never had a double-headed adjustable wrench. My goodness, look at that. It's a diamond alloy. And so on the other side, it has Diamond Caulk Horseshoe Company in Duluth, Minnesota. And so 6-inch and 8-inch. Wow, look at that. Now, I haven't cleaned it up or anything. This is just the way I got it, but my goodness. So, I mean, everything works on it. So that is cool as I'll get out. And I got all kinds of adjustable wrenches, but I do not have this one. And I just thought, man, how cool is that? So it's so unique. I'm going to put it right over here by the Rolls-Royce. I don't want to cover that up, so I'm going to put it right there. All right, so there you go. What do you think about that bad boy? That's kind of cool, huh? Well, so as I was going along, it was at another estate sale, and check this out. I ran across a Nash wrench. So this is a wrench that likely came inside a tool kit inside the old Nash cars. And I had one before, but I have a friend that is restoring an old Nash, and it was actually a little bit better shape than this one. So I went ahead and gave it to him. It was all cleaned up and, man, sparkling really cool and such like that. But anyways, I never ran across another one until I ran across it at this estate sale. Man, in fact, I missed it the first time around, and I asked the guy that was sitting in the driveway, I said, "Hey, do you have any old tools?" He goes, "Did you see that old Nash?" And I said, "Man, I didn't." And so I went through and followed him over to the shelf, and he grabbed it, and I said, "Yep, sold, I'll take that." And so how cool is that, right? And so I love that. And so I'm going to keep that bad boy around. I'm probably not going to give it away again because, man, I can see they're kind of hard to come by. Well, another one, I found a Ford pair of pliers. And so check this out. Man, this thing is nice and clean. Now, both of these, incidentally, I cleaned up, and then I went ahead and blued. So that is pretty cool. And so to me, classic dark black color, just like the old Fords. That's what I think of anyways. But anyways, I have all kinds of Ford tools, but this is the first time I ran across in the wild. I've seen them before, but I just never ran across one in the wild that said Ford on a pair of slip joint pliers like that. So man, how cool is that? So I love that. So that was kind of cool. So we got that going on for ourselves. Let's see here. I got a couple other goodies here. So let me show you this unique find for me. And so it's a tape measure. And so as we go through, we look at it, and it doesn't look like anything special in the beginning. And for some, it may not be. But some of you guys have been following my channel. I have a Firestone collection. And so this is a 6-foot tape measure, number 7A1. So it's a steel tape rule, and it says right there. And so it gives a little indicator if you're going to measure from the outside to outside at 2 inches, made in the USA. But I do not have a Firestone tape measure. And so now I haven't even cleaned it up or anything. And so how cool is that? I think I'll make that into a project, kind of clean it up a little bit and put it in my Firestone drawer. Wow. How about you guys? Do you guys have a Firestone? Maybe you don't collect Firestone, but I do. And I just thought, man, that is cool, cool, cool. So anyways, I thought that was neat as all get out. I thought I'd bring that out and kind of show you what I found there. I also found something else that's kind of different. Now, you guys know I collect Craftsman, right? And so as I do, I have all kinds of Craftsman, and I have all kinds of sockets, but this is a double line V, and it is a 3/4 inch socket. And you see it has that pointed A there, and it's a 1/2 inch drive. But look at this bad boy. Now, it's a deep well, but it's not just a deep well. And so this thing is extra long. In fact, if I take out my tape measure, if I can even read it here, I think it has 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches deep is how long this socket is. And it has a hole on this side, on both sides. And so, they had it for $2. So I bought it for $2 just because, would I normally pay $2 for a socket? No. But I've never seen one this long. And I haven't even had a chance to look it up to try to do any research. But how about you guys? Do you guys know what this socket was used for? Extra deep, long, double line V, 3/4 inch socket. And so I just thought, man, I got to have it because I don't have it. And so we bought that and put that, we're going to add that to our collection that way. So how cool is that, right? And so that's kind of neat. All right, I was out and about, and lo and behold, I was finding some tools. And so as I did, here's some of the ones that I found. And so let me kind of bring it over. I found some Blackhawk. Now, you guys know that we've been doing a little bit of Blackhawk lately, right? And so as we go through. I've been into this really old Blackhawk. So this is a D32, and so it's a half-inch socket, and it looks like a 12-point. It has this knurling here. Haven't cleaned it up or anything. I just kind of brought it to the table here. So that was cool. Here is just, and they just had a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. So this one is a newer one, 1 1/16. And this one actually is a 3/4 inch drive. So that was kind of neat. Let's see here. This is an 8-point double box end or double box here. So 40220. And so Blackhawk, and so 5/8 half-inch drive. So that was kind of neat. All these little ones that I'm trying to add to the collection here. I'll be making some collections as I keep growing this bad boy here. So there's another one here. That was another 8-point as well. A couple other miscellaneous ones that I found in a drawer. And so these are kind of cool as well. And so these are 3/8 inch drive, by the way. And so I'll put these right over here. I think that probably is all of my sockets. I did find a couple other pieces in that set of drawers that I was looking at. And this one here is an old Blackhawk, and so made in Walden. And so this is a T8. And so half-inch drive, and old Blackhawk number T8. And so, man, how cool is that, right? So that kind of goes back just a little bit. I'm thinking, I haven't looked it up, so, but if you know some history on that, please let me know. Somebody, I think, maybe painted it, it looks like. I happened to run across an old Blackhawk, an ST 1082 Phillips head screwdriver. And so since I'm starting to grow a little bit of Blackhawk, I thought I'd bring that to the table. And then just a miscellaneous little Blackhawk wrench. And so a little 5/8 combination wrench here, BW 1164, nice and clean. So this one is really clean, right? And so I love that. So anyways, we got a little bit of that Blackhawk going on. Well, lo and behold, can you believe that I was out picking with a guy and at the same estate sale, and he seen some wrenches that I had, and he wanted to do a trade. And I thought, yeah, I'll do a trade with you. So we traded some stuff. Well, and so he brought over these wrenches. And so these wrenches were cool because they were Blackhawk. And so a 2920 Blackhawk USA. But what makes them pretty unique is that they are a double box with the same size on each end. And as you can see, this is a straight. So it's straight on this side, but it has an offset on this side. And so 5/8 inch wrench, straight and with an offset, same size. You know, I've run across a lot of wrenches, but to find them with the same size is, and then with that kind of combination, typically you find a double box, but you know, they're different sizes on each end or something like that. But you don't hardly ever find them like this. So this is a 9/16 step down, same thing. And so, man, that was a nice ad, right? And so this one, a 1/2 inch. So same thing, coming down. And then the next size smaller, probably 3 or 7/16 actually. So this is 2914. And then the last one that we made a trade on was this one here. And so this was a 2912. And so this is the 3/8. So same thing, straight on one side, the offset on the other side. Wow, how cool is that, right? And so I love that. So he brought that to the table, and I thought, heck yeah, let's do that. And so I love it. And so that was one. Then another thing that we did a trade on, or actually I didn't even do a trade. I was actually in Dodge City, Kansas. Ran across this antique store, met the nicest couple up there, and I was thumbing through their stuff here. In fact, that was some of the sockets and some of these other stuff that I ran into that was Blackhawk. That's where I picked that up at. But lo and behold, check this out. They had an Amco, and so an Amco ratchet. And so now, are you familiar with Amco? I don't know. You probably are, but maybe not. And so we can see that this is a W141R. And you know what? I've seen videos on it. I've ran across one set at the place where I bought my tractor from, and the gentleman, he had a whole set on the wall that belonged to his father. And so, man, he let me look at one. He took one down off the wall, and I just thought that is so cool. And so, but I've never run across one in the wild. And so Amco, and see how it says ALBR. And so as we're looking at this, it's an aluminum bronze ratchet. Wow. And so how cool is that, right? And so, and now the reason why it makes it so cool is because it's of the material that it's made out of. And it is a non-sparking ratchet. So they use it in western Kansas. They have a lot of oil fields, and so I can imagine and easily see that that's what they would use that as. And that coincides with that story that the gentleman was telling me. He said his dad was in the oil fields, if I remember correctly, and that's why he had this set. But it's a non-sparking ratchet, and so made by Amco. Man, how cool is that bad boy? And so I love that. And so I seen it, and I had to have it. And incidentally, these ratchets on eBay, they're going upwards of $350, $450, $500 at the time when I was looking at that. And that was just like in the last month. And so, man, how cool of a find is that, I thought. All right, a couple more items that we have here. So I was looking at an online auction, and I bid on this. And when I bid on this, it was full, but when I got it home, kind of cleaned it up, it wasn't as full. And so, but check this out. It's an old Hinsdale, and it's this old canvas material, Hinsdale, Chicago, tools of quality. But I had a bunch of these ignition wrenches in here. And so, but the only ones that actually ended up being Hinsdale were these three. The other ones were miscellaneous ones. And so I just kept the Hinsdale. And one of these days I'll run across some more, and I'll get on the hunt and try to find them. But one of these days I'll run across some more, and I'll build out the rest of this set. But check that out. What do you think about that? Is that just cool? Man, look at that. And so I love that. And so I seen it in the picture, had to have it. I bought a whole box of goodies, by the way, whole box of goodies that I already cleaned up or put away or whatever. But the whole box was $10. And this is the only thing I was after, actually. But there ended up being some more goodies there. But anyways, that Hinsdale, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I love that. So there was one. Also, another gentleman went through and he found this for me and gave it to me. And check this out, an old Powercraft. Now, it came with all these Allen wrenches that were in here. Now, with the Allen wrenches that I have, I went through and I put them in the ultrasonic cleaner, and then also the Evaporust, and so that way we can get those off. But so I've been trying to clean this up a little bit at a time. You can tell how dirty it was. So I got it pretty clean, but my goodness, what do you think about that? Is that gorgeous or what? So I thought that was neat, neat, neat. So put that just right over here as well. And so we have that. All right, let me see what else we have here. Okay, so next up, we have another neat little piece, another little pouch, as you can see here. Has this little tiny clasp on it, a little kind of button clip. So see if I can pop that out just a little bit. And so inside, we can see, it's barely readable, but it says number 10. Let's see here. Number 10 K Tools, K set, I think it is. And so, but it has some other writing in there, and maybe when I put it up on the big screen, I can put it in and see what it says there. But it had these small ignition pliers inside here. Now, as I kind of lay them down just a little bit, and this thing's getting kind of fragile. It's another canvas material that was here. And so, as we can see here, it says that it is a Blackhawk here. What is that, an H1 or R1 or something like that? And so, Blackhawk ignition set. Wow, What do you think about that? Man, that is cool as all get out, right? And so, man, that dates back just a little bit. So there's one. I don't remember if they all say it, but anyways, as we get going, this one doesn't have anything on it there, and maybe on this side. Let's see here what we can read. So flip it around maybe. So as we see it here, it says United States of America, it says on this side, and then this one just says number 7. And so this one doesn't have that Blackhawk marking on it, but it is cool as all get out nonetheless. And it came inside the set, so I just left it. Let's see what this one says here. And so this one says Eclipse. And then down here says Smith, by the way. And so there's that. And then if we flip it around, made in the USA, and it says C.E. Smith on that. And so and that came with it as well. And then the last one, kind of more of a duckbill type of needle nose scenario going on, but this one says Eclipse as well. And so same C.E. Smith there, and then same made in the United States or USA, and then the C.E. Smith there. And so, my goodness, what do you think about that? So a little bit of a mixture of different pieces in here. 2 Eclipse, 1 no name, and then 1 Blackhawk. But they all came inside this little set here. And let's see if I can hold it real still. I don't know if I can get an angle on it where we could read that or not. I need to see if I can do that. Goodness. All right, so there we are. So I thought, man, that is a cool set as well, right? And so I'll put that just right over here, right along with our Powercraft. You can tell this thing's been folded up so long, it's kind of wanting to fold over, so it very well might actually. So let's see if I can put a bend in at this side. But anyways, so there's a little bit of that. Maybe I'll put that just right there. All right, so we have that. We had one more wrap that we had. And so I picked this up from a gentleman, and Kevin, he was selling me some tools and that he found that he thought were pretty unique that we could add to the collection. And so as we got going over here, and as I unwrap it, now this isn't a normal brand that I would collect, but it just was so unique. I just thought, you know what? I get it. And so Oxwall's Deluxe Toolkit. I've seen all kinds of Oxwall's tools, you know, especially these little ignition wrenches here, but I never seen one in this little wrap in here like this. Now I don't know if it's 100% complete, but it does have this little 1/4-inch ratchet, has some screwdrivers on this side that a person can use, and then it also has these little wrenches and some little sockets over here. But my goodness, what do you think about that? Look at that. It's so vibrant inside, and I haven't even wiped it down or anything. This thing is cool as all get out. Now, what I think it's missing, though, I believe it's probably missing the little screwdriver handle, but I probably have something that could go in that fairly easy. So, my goodness, so that was cool as all get out. Now, I don't know where to put this without hiding everything else, so I may have to just kind of put it off to the side just a little bit. But man, that is just neat. See if I can kind of scoot some of this stuff over just a little bit and see if we can kind of get it all in here to some degree or another, just because if you're like me, man, it's just kind of cool to look at, right? And so put a little bit of that Oxwall stuff going on there, kind of put this down just a little bit. So as you can tell, I'm running out of space, right? So good news is I don't have that much more. Now, you know, I was going around and I bid on this auction, and it was an old hot rod shop. And so this old hot rod shop been around a long time. I bought some stuff there, some memorabilia stuff, and inside that little showcase was this little jack. Now, you may have seen it on my shelf before, but what I never realized is that when I looked at it, you can tell it used to have an old Craftsman sticker. And so it looked like he probably peeled it off and put an Edelbrock sticker in it. or over the top of it. And we look on this side, another reason why I think it really did have the Craftsman. So this is no Craftsman, little jack, and it actually works. And so as you're going through, you can see how it pumps up. And so how cool is that? And then of course you can turn the handle and release it down. But my goodness, how cool, right? And so an actual little miniature jack stand that works really good there. And so I just thought, you know what, that's cool. I need to try to find me a Craftsman sticker. I'm going to take that Edelbrock off since it wasn't original, and I'm going to put that on it. What do you think about that? Is that kind of cool or what? You can see underneath it how clean that bad boy is. Man, and so you know how we have that Craftsman toolbox that we've been adding some of that new old stock and all those kind of fun things. I think this is just going to go right along with it. And so, man, how cool, cool, cool. So I don't even know where to put this bad boy. So we'll see kind of the corner of it right over there. All right, we got 2 more pieces, and then we're going to be done here. And so the next one is, check this out. Check out this kit. And so has this kind of really seafoam green type color to it. You can tell a lot of that is still there. And so if we go through and flip it open, check this out. So as I flip it open, it has a little 1/4-inch set that's here. And so I'll set that down for just a moment so I can grab this ratchet out of here. And notice it's an old Montgomery Ward's 84-4758. And so Ward's Master ratchet. And so, my goodness, you can see the bottom side here. And so, and this thing is still smooth as all get out. So, but it came with this little ratchet. I don't know if all of these are matching pieces. It's been a while. Oh no, this is a Speedmaster. And so made in the USA, but I do have some Speedmaster stuff, but that came with it. Let's see what this little T-bar is here. See if we can tell if it's anything. And so we do have something right over here, probably Speedmaster. And so it has the Speedmaster name on it. So these 2 pieces match. Wow, look at that. And so this is Ward's Master, and go from there. I wonder if these 2 are related. I don't remember that or not, and so I don't know if they're 2 different brands. But anyways, so we had a collection of sockets in here, and so this is Speedmaster, and so this one is a Speedmaster. Check that out. Is that cool or what? And so Speedmaster, all of these so far, man, look at that. That is cool. And so another Speedmaster. We're just kind of running through these, but man, wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is a first for me. I do not have, I have some other Speedmaster pieces that are miscellaneous, but I do not have all of these little sockets like this, little 1/4-inch set that is all in here. Now, I have to, in fact, if you guys know, Speedmaster, did it come with its own little ratchet? Or did somebody just put it in there because it said Ward's Master, or are they related? I don't know. So I'll try to look up some material as well. Oh my goodness, what do you think about that? Man, that is cool as all get out as well, isn't it? So I'm just out of space. I don't even know what to do about that. But anyways, so there's that. I got another 1/4-inch set. Now, what was cool, the gentleman I was telling you about that traded me for these Blackhawk wrenches, this is what else was in the bundle. And so this little blue case. And so you can tell it's a little 1/4-inch case that's here. And if you guys have been around, or if you guys are a Craftsman collector, you probably recognize this. And so if I open it up, check that out. Now it does have part of that logo still left in there. Man, look at that, that long C gold logo. That is cool. And so from there, we do have the matching ratchet that goes in it. Check that out, the old underline or long C here with the BE, with the open head ratchet type, or open head type. And so we go through and flip that, and so away we go. Man, how cool is that? And so love that. And so we have that portion there. It has a knurling down here that looks like it's in really good condition. And you flip it from side to side right here on this portion here. So that's what gets it to turn. And then, of course, you can flip it back the other way and then kind of go from there. So it probably needs a little bit of oil, but nonetheless, it is the original ratchet that goes inside this case. And then we have a breaker bar. And so we can see we have a matching breaker bar with that long C and then that BE 1/4 inch. And then this sucker is nice as well. So when he came over, he wanted those Blue Point wrenches that I had pretty bad. So I told him, I said, man, you got to come with some goodies. And so, boy, did he, with that Blackhawk and then this. Let's see what we have as far as sockets are concerned. So we got one matching socket. Here we are, BE. This is an 8-point. And so same thing, matching. And we got another one here. So we got another matching one. And of course, as you can see, the sizes are going down. So Craftsman BE, same thing, 11/32. And so, man, where do you find these kits like this that are matching, right? So he picked it up at an estate sale that it would happen to be one that I didn't go to, but he did. Man, can you believe that? Out of all the estate sales I go to, he happened to go to one that I didn't and found this little set. Alan, you just rocked it out, man. When you did this, Alan just tore it up, and he seen it and he snatched it up. And so all of these are matching sockets that go in here. My goodness, what do you think about that? Man, was that a cool trade or what? So, you know, we got that BE collection, that old Craftsman collection that I have. So that just kind of goes right along with it that way. Man, that's what I got for you guys. And what do you think about all these unique type of collection of tools that we have here? Do you have one that's your favorite? Wow, I don't know. I got to tell you, there's too many goodies. This old Craftsman one, that Wardsmaster, Speedmaster scenario, this old Hinsdale with that cloth, and then this one over here with the cloth wraps on it. And the Rolls-Royce, man, I never thought I'd own a Rolls-Royce. I just popped. It's not a car, but at least I own something that has Rolls-Royce. Anyways, kind of think about it for just a second. Let's get the camera turned around and let's see what else we can do here. Okay, we are back. Wow. Man, was that a collection or what? Man, what's your favorite? I don't know. There's so many great things in here, right? Man, that little 1/4 inch Craftsman, that old BE, that Wardsmaster and that Speedmaster, little 1/4 inch set. You know what? You know me, I love ratchets. Man, that Amco, that ratchet there, that's aluminum and bronze, the anti-spark or non-sparking ratchet. That's a beauty. That is a beauty. My goodness, look, I don't know if I showed you the head of that, but check that out. Man, how nice is that, right? And so and this has that push through, and so that's how you get it to go in reverse and forward. And so, my goodness, I love it, love it, love it. So, man, that's a contender. I don't know, even that Oxwall, I know that's not a collectible brand, but just with that neat white and red wrap, that's cool. The Rolls-Royce, I never thought I'd own a Rolls-Royce. And that's just too killer, I think. So anyways, that's what we have for you there. And so, you know, remember I started off the beginning of the video. If you stayed all the way through the end, I wanted to say a great big thank you for supporting the channel. In fact, I got an email the other day, and it was from the KD Tool guy. You may see him make comments here, and he has a couple Facebook channels, and he came up with a thought, and he wrote me an email and said, hey, Jesse, I want to send you some stuff your way, and I just thought maybe you're closing up on 2,000 subscribers. Maybe you can use this as a giveaway of some sort. And I thought, well, you know what? That's cool. I like it. I think that's neat. I had no idea what he was sending over because, man, he has sent over some great things in the past. And so I said, yeah, let's go check it out. Let's see what we can do and make it happen. So here's what he sent over. And it just kind of fueled the thought process here. And so you'll notice, see if I can even do it. He sent over some posters. And so this poster is this elephant jammed up inside whatever this machine here is. And it says right at the top, let's see if I can get that a little clearer for you. But it says Armstrong Industrial Hand Tools. There's no normal day for a maintenance man. And man, I seen that and I just thought, that is just killer. I wish I could spread it all out and kind of show you. I don't know if I could find a picture and put it up on the screen. But anyways, that is part of what is on this poster. The other part, see if I can get it kind of coming down here. And so it has this decibel equivalent chart at the bottom here. And so this thing will frame up really nice. So we sent up some of those, and that's what kind of spurred on the whole thought about doing something for 2,000 subscribers. And so the way we're going to do it is I have this as a giveaway, and then I also have some other things that I thought we would do. So here's what you're going to do. In order for you to qualify, you're going to put into the comments what your favorite is, A, and then B, what you think that you would like. The poster is number one. That's one option that you have. We can send that out to you. If you want to frame it up and hang it up or put it in your shop, that's cool as all get out as well. The other thing is, I went through, remember I told you about this little Craftsman, jack that had the Edelbrock on there. Well, this came from a really famous tool, or excuse me, speed shop here in town that's been around since I was a little kid. The guy retired, and so they were liquidating the shop out. Well, that was one of the things that I bought. The other things that I bought some other memorabilia like hats. And so you may have seen me wear one of the hats. And so one of them was this Edelbrock. And so it's hand signed by Edelbrock. One of them is Edelbrock, Nancy Edelbrock, Camo Edelbrock, I think is what it is. And then something else down here at the end. Anyways, he had this in his collection from his speed shop. And so I happened to dig that one out and wore it. Some of the other ones that were in that collection, let's see if we can dig them out for you. So you'll have a choice between the poster, a hat, or something else that I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. But one of them was, he had an old Hemi hat that was there. He had an old Hot Rod Power Tool or Tour 2002 hat. So that was another one. He had this one, which is a Winston drag racing. And this thing looks like it has some age to it. And there's another one that is an Edelbrock. I'm going to keep that first Edelbrock, by the way. But here's this one here. So Power Tour 2000. And this one's signed by Nancy Edelbrock. And then I don't know that name down at the bottom. I don't recognize that signature. But if you do, please put that in the comments. Let us know. But anyway, so there's that. Holly. So that's another brand that for carburetors. And here's another one here. Holly. And then, of course, they probably make some other stuff as well. But anyways, those are a collection of hats. So there's that. Let's see here. I happen to have a few more that didn't come out of the bag. So let's see, maybe one or two more. And when I dig that out, here's another one. So Edelbrock, and sponsored since 1995, signed as well. And so that's cool. And then this one is a NASCAR. So your options are so far. You can choose the poster. You can choose the one of the hats that we have there. Or, I'll be right back. As you may have noticed here, let me scoot the camera down just a little bit. See if I can get it to come down. So you may have noticed I'm sporting this new Jesse's Garage shirt. And on the back side, hopefully you can see it. And so this is what it looks like on the back. In fact, I'll probably just turn these around so you can see it easier. But I had some shirts made up. And so if you'd rather have a shirt, you can do that. And so here's what it looks like here. So here's a white one. And then, of course, we got a blue one. So there's that one there. We got a gray one, just like I'm wearing. Or we even were thinking about you ladies that are on the channel. So here's a pink one. And so we got 4 different colors to choose from. If you'd rather have a shirt and you wanted to participate and try to win something, there's that. So we got 4 different ones. And incidentally, here's what it looks like a little clearer. I say that if I can get it straightened up on the back. So check this tool and some of the different brands that we collect and such like that. So I thought that was kind of cool, right? And so advertising our YouTube channel and then all the different brands that we've been collecting along the way since we started the channel. So a poster from Armstrong Tools. You got a collection of different hats you can choose from. You got a collection of shirts that you can choose from. Let me set this down. So you got all kinds of different things that you can win. And here's how we're going to do it. So again, put down whatever your favorite was and what you think you would like to win. What is your what's your go-to choice as far as that if we chose you? And for every 100 likes that we get on this video, then we're going to do a drawing for every 100. Now, here's the averages. The averages are we've been doing about 100 and something. Easily, I think we could get past 200, right? So we may have 2 drawings. But if you guys did 300 likes, 400 likes, 500 likes, that means we're just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever the amount of likes that we have there. Sorry, my TV just turned off. Anyways, that's what we have for you there. I hope you hit like. I hope you hit comment. And I got to tell you, tell your friends about us. Because if you do that, then of course they're going to watch the video, they're going to enter the contest, they're going to hit like. I just spurs this all the way up to the top, and voila, man, the more drawings we have. All for getting up to 2,000 subscribers. So the next video that you see me on, we're going to be at 2,000 because we were only 10 away when we were shooting this one this morning. So I hope that you liked the show. I hope you found something over here that you liked, that you thought was pretty cool. And then let's kind of go from there. And until next time, see you on the next video.